Hey, I'm back, and today I actually want to ask for your help. So, I'm working on designing some delay algorithms with Melda Productions for a new delay that's going to come up soon, I hope. I actually don't know when it's going to be released, but it's going to be called MTurbo Reverb. And so I had some ideas, but I'm going to ask you, the subscribers and viewers out there, what you want in a delay. So, I'm going to show you what I have and then tell me what you want in the comments below. So, things I have so far, I have this one based on a Bucket Brigade delay. I'll let you hear just my guitar dry first. So I have that, turn it on here. So you can hear this is actually pretty dark. As you turn the repeats up, it actually gets darker and more distorted, but you can actually control the distortion here. Also, it has ducking. You can use it with a shuffle mode if you want it to swing or shuffle, etc. It goes down to 0 milliseconds all the way up to 4 seconds, I guess it is. Let me show you. It also has a ping pong mode. Let me set this rather short, put it on ping pong. You can hear it go back and forth. Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. You probably couldn't hear that. It just sounds a little bit wider. So you have the ping pong. If you just want it wider without the ping pong mode, I can set it here and just control the width like this. If you don't want it out of rhythm, you can sync it here, etc. So it has lots of different things, and also has the modulation here you can mess with, and different modes, the modulation, and just EQ. So that's the first one. I think this is probably the most basic. This one, I designed it so it wasn't so clean like a digital delay, because I wanted it to, I don't know, I wanted it something that I could just put on my guitar and it would sound good, and I didn't have to like cut all the high end off or adjust a bunch of things. It just sounds nice right out of the box. But anyways, moving on, let's go to the digital delay. So this one has most of the same stuff. The only differences are, you look down here, I have a panel with a few different things at the bottom. The color is the same. It's just the EQ, and it has a high cut and low cut I added there. Modulation is pretty much the same. Other things I added, I should say the difference between this one also, if I move the delay time while it's playing, it won't change in pitch, if that makes sense. So I'll let you listen to this first. So I know what you're saying. It's like, I hear like a little bit of like stuttering, but like, what are you talking about? Let's compare it to the previous one. Here we go. So that's really important if you have tempo automation. So if you have tempo automation, it's better to use this so you don't hear those old tape sounds. But on top of that, you see here it has diffusion, so if I use this, it adds kind of like a reverb behind it. I'll let you hear it. Let me turn this all the way up so you can just hear the delay. So that's a normal delay, now with the diffusion. So you can hear that, you can adjust the length of that also. Another thing you can do is we can do a reverse delay here. So let's play this. It's kind of a fun one. I think I ended badly. It had a weird sound there at the end, but that's all right. The rest of the things I think are the same, except for here, I have different styles here. Clean, which you listen to, and then all the way to broken, which sounds like a really bad digital. I'll let you hear that. And all the way between there, so from clean to broken. You can choose how much of that sound you want in there. So that's kind of a cool effect, I think, at least. Next one, tape delay. Similar thing here. So we have wow, flutter, all that type of stuff. Different colors. It's just, a little bit of a different flavor. You have a drive control. It's almost the same as the BBD. I think the real thing here is with the tape delays, if I turn the repeats all the way up, let me go play something different here. So I'll just play this and bypass it so you can just hear these two notes. So let me play it again. I'm going to mess with the repeats and I'll get it to feedback on itself. Here we go. Okay, so you can have fun doing stuff like that. So that's, I think, one of the main things with the tape. Also, here with the wow and flutter, I can control these. Let's listen to the wow and flutter. If I turn it up, it's lots of modulation here. And if I mess with the age, this is also kind of a modulation, but this sounds like a damaged old tape. So if I have both of these up, like here, it'll sound like a bad old VHS tape. So that's the tape delay. I'll go over a few more. Let's see. Multi-delay, Holsworth Fans out here, has 8 taps. You can control the feedback, time, the panning, and the volume of each tap here. I need to fix that. Here we go. Let you hear it. Bypassed first. Now, with it on, and it also has this auto swell feature, so listen to that here. That's like me if you're too lazy to actually swell things yourself with your guitar, so that's kind of a cool one. Moving on, let's see here. Early reflections. So this is the one I used delays to kind of simulate a room sound. So here's the room. You can kind of put it wherever you want. Like this should be right up on the grill of a guitar amp. Sounds pretty normal, like you hear it dry. Now here it is a little bit farther back. Farther back into the left. Farther back to the right. So as you can hear, it has lots of effect in there. And if you think like, that's too much, I don't want all that in there, you can control the wet dry. So like I can put it at like 40% or something if I just want to hear a bit. So you can control how much of the effect. It also has, different things you can control the color of it by using the lows, mids, high pass, etc. So that's basically that. Let me move on here. Let me do a fun one. This is fun. This one is basically just a granular effect, so I'll put it on these two notes again. So I can control the grain size, etc., and then I can just use this and let me put it 100% and move it around in time. So I'll let you hear it first as it is. But we can also freeze that, and then we can move it all around and have lots of fun with it. So let's do that. So, as you can see there's lots of fun things you can do and make all sorts of like special effects and things with that. It also has modulation on there. You can control the echo time, etc. And I think this is the last one, envelope delay. So this one allows you to do all sorts of effects. It has the granular effects like the other one does. It has delay, which you've seen before. Has all this stuff to mess with the EQ. And let me talk about the filter first. So I'll let you hear it with the envelope off first. Similar to the other one with the granular effect. When I turn this on, it should have a slightly different effect. It should almost fade in. My computer popped there, sorry about that. So anyways, you can hear that it kind of goes in there with like the slow attack like the one before. You can control it here with the attack, release, threshold on, threshold off, etc. And on top of that, we can use this filter. And this is a low pass filter with an LFO, but you can also change that if you don't want a low pass filter. You can change it to a high pass filter, band pass filter, notch filter, etc. But let's listen to that. Probably turn that up a little bit, couldn't I? And then if you want to do something really creative, I can use this left-right offset to give it more of a stereo sound. If I turn that down a little bit, I can get even more of a kind of a softer sound, almost like electric piano. Nice ambient sound, almost like a synthesizer. But that's what I have so far. So I'm asking you, do you like these, number one? And two, is there anything else you'd like to see? I should say, I think other people are working on those multi-tap delays, you know, where you have 16 taps and you can control the feedback and the time for each one. So I don't know if I can do that. I think somebody else is already working on that. But if there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know. Give me some ideas. And until next time, thanks and see you.